Hey everyone, this is Daniel, and in this video we will now go to the next step, which is tying that SharePoint data connection that we made to our SharePoint online list to the Power App template that I provided. So what you want to do first is make sure that you download that MS App template that I provided with the blog, download it and keep it in a location that you know where, because you're going to need it. But before we do that, after you do that, the next critical thing you need to do is validate that you have all your connections tied to that environment. So for the sake of my example, I'm keeping it in my default environment. In my default environment, I need to go to my connections, and I'm just going to go and check 5 different connections. One is for the SharePoint Online, the SharePoint one which I'm using, and also 4 of the social networks connections that we're going to use. So that's what I'm doing. I have my Facebook one over here. I do have one for my SharePoint. Then I have one for Slack, and then I have for Twitter and Yammer. So I've got all my 5 connections over there. So I'm good on this side. Next thing I'm going to do is let me go ahead and now open up my PowerApps Studio. And once that loads up over here, I'll actually go and make sure first again it's on your correct environment, and then I'll go and click on Browse, and I'll open up that MS App template that I provided to you guys. So now that I open that up, it is loading. Just getting things ready, loading. And this is what happens. When it first opens up, you get a whole bunch of these exclamation marks. That's because the data connection hasn't been set up. So let's go ahead and finish that off. Let me go to View, Data Sources, add a data source. And then while that's opening up, what I want to do is basically just straight away go to my SharePoint site, and I get the URL right down to that sub-site. So I just went ahead and highlighted that, copied it, Control C. Then over here, I search for my SharePoint one, and what I can do is just put in my URL. So when I do that, it went ahead and picked it up, selected that, then go ahead and select that list. That's the same list that we have over here, just validating that one over here. So yep, that's the one. And then after I click connect, I see something that, in my case, it went ahead and actually, picked it up. But what you might have is a couple of errors over here or exclamation marks, and that's because of, you may not actually have put this the same way, the name as the same way. You may have, instead of putting social media, you could have just put it as social or things like that. So a couple of places you want to go and take a look at. First thing is go to your gallery. In the gallery, make sure that you have the correct name, because if this thing still has, say, social, then you want to go over here, basically just click on it and change that to whatever is the one that IntelliSense gives you. In this case, it was social media, because watch what happens. Say if for whatever reason I just had it as social and I left it at that, you see all these errors that show up. That's because the formulas don't have the correct name. So what I did was I went ahead and went back to gallery, and I just went in and just clicked on that. I typed it in, and the IntelliSense picks up. It says this is the only option you have left. Currently have. So I just clicked on that, and lo and behold, all the other errors went away, or warnings went away. If for whatever reason you still have some more warnings, click on that. And I bet you the problem is got to do with somehow you need to go ahead and fix that connection name over there. Another potential place that you can have a problem is in your button, your send button over here. You may actually still have that one error showing up. In fact, right now I have a warning over here. So let's actually go take a look at what that warning is. So I just select on it, and it's got something to do with this area over here. And see how I'm still seeing social. So let me just click on that. I get the IntelliSense. So click on social. Still seem to have another exclamation mark, so click on that. What else? I have, let's see, somewhere else there's still some error. Oh, yeah, in this section here, I still have an error for social, so I gotta pick that up. and now the warning label has gone away. So I think we are in good shape right now. Let me go ahead and just say change the app name to say social 2. That way we know that's different. Color, yeah, I can leave it at that. Screen orientation, that's fine. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and let me do a save as. I'll just do a save as. I'll do the save as straight to the cloud because I already have one on my computer. I'll do the cloud and I'll go and save it. Cloud means basically when you go to your Power Apps over there, you'll be able to save it. So I leave it at that, and now it's going ahead and saving to PowerApps. Once this is done, I just want to go ahead and validate that as well. So let me just go back to the first screen, view screen over here. Let's do a test. In the test, and another key thing is you see the SharePoint side's empty over here. So right now, all we are doing is testing the connection between the Power App and SharePoint. We haven't done the flow piece yet, so it's not going to send out any of the announcements. We just want to know that when I start typing in, does the app work the exact way as I showed in the demo before? And is the content being stored on SharePoint? So let's go and do a test. Say this is my first test. For this one, let's go and say pick all, because that way we can test. Yep, this shows up, so everything is still working well. Testing to see if all the formulas and features are working. Hashtag everything looks good. And then, yep, so what now? If I go ahead and click on, say, send, it looks like it's getting saved. And it did. It went ahead and showed it over here. Let's go back to my SharePoint page, or this list over here, refresh it. It's refreshing. And lo and behold, it does save it over here. The network is all good. Again, just for another grins and giggles, let's just test this as my second test. Change that guy to, say, Facebook. Looks good. Super excited to share this useful social media app with everyone else. Send. Because over here, what I want to test to see is if these rules are working. That's fantastic. The formula actually works over here. So I think it's the app now works. We went ahead and used the MS app template, made changes to the data connections over there because I went ahead and made it as social media was the name of the SharePoint list. You guys could have put it as something else, but now you know where to go ahead and make the fixes. So now in the next video, we'll go ahead and use that flow template, which is the zip file. And then after that, you will have your full app. So stay tuned.